So what is cellularization? In cellularization, you have the endosperm, where the endosperm is actually uh, some part of the endosperm becomes cellular. Okay, so let us look at some species which have a mix of that. In this diagram, if you see, this is the embryo, okay, and this is the endosperm. From here till here you have the endosperm, okay. So what is it saying here? In Grevillea, the endosperm is cellular in the micropylar region. What is the micropylar region? Micropylar region is the region which is towards the egg cell, or the let us look at the micropylar end of the endosperm. What is the micropylar end? When you talk about micropylar, it's actually the region of the embryo sac which is towards the opening of the seed. Okay, so any place which is towards the opening of the seed or the embryo sac is the micropylar end, and the part of the seed which is opposite to the opening is known as the chalazal end. Okay, so if you notice that in Grevillea robusta, what is the type of let us look at the type of uh, formation of the endosperm, is that towards the opening of the seed, you will notice that the endosperm, there is cellularization, but towards the opposite of this seed there is no cellularization. That means this part is composed of only free nucleus. No cell wall formation has taken place. So half of it is cellular, half of it is nuclear. And this nuclear region is forming a, a what we call as the hostorium, or we also call it as the vermiform appendage. Why? Because it looks like a worm. A hostorium is more or less like a kind of like a rope, or a connecting. It helps to connect one part of the tissue to another. Okay, hostoria. So this free nuclear zone becomes an hostorium. Okay, and the this chalazal region becomes the cellularized endosperm. However, these two are actually only one endosperm. Okay, so that is the difference that is the degree of cellularization in Grevillea robusta. And then what else do you notice? In the coconut also, the endosperm is nuclear type. Okay, like in the coconut, you notice that the liquid endosperm is actually composed of free nuclear types of endosperm. But after some time, you notice that the liquid decreases and the meat of the endosperm becomes whitish in color. That is because it has become cellularized. Okay, so it becomes cellularized because cell wall formation has occurred. So in this coconut, the endosperm is partly solid and partly liquid. Why? Because the partly liquid form is actually composed of free nuclei, and the partly solid form is composed of the cellularized cells, or the nucleus which has become cellularized. Okay, so those are some of the examples. I will continue giving more examples. Just check out this one. um, in Lumetia, this is another species. Okay, in Lumetia, besides the main chalazal hostorium, so here you have a main chalazal hostorium, which is actually composed of the free nuclear type. There are actually some finger-like projections that are covering the endosperm, and these finger-like projections help to absorb the nutrients. Okay, so in Lumetia you have besides this besides this hostorium, which is made up of free nuclear endosperm, this there are further finger-like projections also. Okay, then not only that, as I have explained, in coconut you have nuclear endosperm, which later on becomes cellularized, and then in betel nut also you have the endosperm, and in another species known as Stackhausia you have the endosperm here, which is uh, composed of new, can you see here there are round structures, these are known as nodules. Okay, they originate from the lining of the endosperm or embryo sac. So those are the types of nuclear endosperm. Okay, so we're going to end here with the types of nuclear endosperm, and we are going to continue in the next video about the different types of cellular endosperm. Okay, thank you girls.